Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Now, I know we ended the Stork deep dive, but a cool game popped up. Well, hopefully a cool game. It's Stork up here in the top left against Shine in the bottom right. A lot of people were actually saying that they quite enjoyed seeing a few more Stork games. Always fun to watch a legend in action as he's trying to improve. And, you know, Shine is just always one of the more fun players to watch. So we're here on Polestar, and hopefully it'll be a nice one. You know, I think Stork is pretty robust, and Shine has a lot of, like, really interesting builds, so looking forward to this one. Guys, thank you for tuning in to ArtosisCasts. I'm so glad that this is a part of your day, and big thanks to everyone who has been commenting and everything as well. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, all that great stuff. Really appreciate it. I have a few plans for some casts that will be coming up, hopefully in the next couple months, that are going to be kind of interesting. I don't want to, like, you know, have the announcement of an announcement as the meme goes or whatever, but yeah, still looking to improve ArtosisCasts bit by bit. So, of course, if you guys have, like, requests and stuff, do let me know. I know I've been requested to do some 2 vs 2 games. Like, people have been like, why isn't 2 vs 2 popular? It was part of professional play back in Pro League in the old days, but it eventually did go away. But, you know, it's possible that I can get maybe a few 2 vs 2 replays to cast. It would probably be mostly non-Korean players. There's a pretty decently sized scene for that. And some of the players that play are pretty good too. So I don't know. Let me know if that's something that you would be interested. And I can possibly look into that. But anyways, we're kind of getting into this game. This is a Forge Fast expansion. He's having to throw down 2 cannons because this is like a 9-pull speed coming out of Shine, which is a very ladder build. This is the type of build where if you play on the ladder, you'll hit it a lot, and if you watch pro games, you won't see it much. So, of course, when we have 2 top-end pro gamers going at it, why not? Shine with that 9-pull speed, going to be looking to bust through here. This cannon's pretty far out, so, like, the Lings can get out of range of that pretty quickly if they run through here, up at the top. Now, Shine doesn't even know where Stork is. So it's taken him a minute. He has now realized when he sees nothing here that Stork must be in the top left. But I think Stork's fine. Like, if you just plug these holes slightly, there's not much the Lings can do. You know, he just killed the probe, and he's made a lot of Zerglings. Let's see if he goes into drones only, or we're going to see more Lings as speed is finishing up. You know, the funny thing is, you look at this, and, like, obviously it almost looks like an all-in because he went like 9-pull speed. The hatchery's really late. He's made a ton of Zerglings. But at the same time, look at Stork's base, right? Like, Stork is not even going Nexus right now. So the economy's not as bad as you would think. And here we go. He is actually going to try to break through. I can't believe he could target that. That was amazing. I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, runs by a little bit. Sees no Nexus. And in fact, only 3 Lings get by. So this... like, 3 Lings definitely can get good damage done, but let's see if they actually do. They've taken a little bit of damage as well. Ooh, gets 1 already. All right, the Zealot gets a decent hit there. Ooh, second probe kill. But I actually thought that was good on Stork's side. That was actually a really good attack, I think. And the Ling's still running around. 3rd hatchery on the way. Just keep those selected to kind of keep an eye. All right, only 1 Ling remains. And some more Lings are being made. Still no hatchery. Still no Nexus going up here for Stork. Stargate on the way. This would be one of the very rare situations where a scout actually could be a reasonable unit. Just to throw that out there. But Shine I don't think we'll see it, but yeah, Shine is actually going directly into a Hydralisk den. So important to note. You know, specifically, like, scouts are generally not any good. They're too expensive. They take a long time to build everything. They do great anti-air damage. They don't do that great of damage against the ground or anything. But in situations like this where it's like, okay, it's been mostly Lings, if your opponent goes for like a Spore to protect their Overlords, then a Scout becomes godly. Like, it flies around and can poke at mineral patches and stuff, but this happens to be Hydralisk, so yeah. I'm not surprised to see that anyways. It's already been such an aggressive game, but Stork right now is making a Corsair, getting that pylon down. The Nexus is finally on the way, and, you know, Shine is actually droning reasonably well. Does this not feel like Shine is ahead to you? Like, really, he's up at 20 workers, and he's got 3 bases at the moment. We'll see if, like, this remains that way. It's just the Nexus is so late. I guess Stork will get really good and quick scouting by this. His tech is pretty darn quick. But it's not even like his probe count is that good, you know? So I guess we wait and see. Is this Hydralisk bust going to be able to do... Well, is it like a dedicated bust, or is it like a poke? Is he going to make nothing but Hydras from here? Honestly, he has enough drones to go for the full 3-hatch Hydra at this point. Stork adding those cannons. Actually deciding to get rid of this egg here. Hydra's walking up to start picking on the wall. A couple Corsairs going after this Overlord. Actually, a very good pickoff. If he goes Templar Archives, he could possibly go for a Dark Templar to help hold this now. Now, range is on the way for Shine. So as range comes up, he might be able to do things like pick off the Forge, although that's going to be a little bit hard with the placement of these cannons. Decent amount of Zealots here. Making an additional pylon in case this one goes down. And yeah, looks like he will break through that gateway. Let's see what these Hydras are going to be able to do. Is he? Yeah, he's still making quite a few. The Corsairs looking for potential damage, but a couple Hydras were left back. Oh god, I almost missed that dive. So Shine dived up and just grabbed one of the cannons really quickly. I think that this was to help him be able to get rid of the Forge as well. Stork has made an additional pylon. He is still adding cannons. Very aggressive game here from Shine, but so far I feel like Stork has things in control. Right? It does feel that way. There is an additional macro hatchery coming up from Shine. He is starting to drone up once again, but a Dark Templar on the way. The Dark Templar should be able to push these Hydras back like immediately. There's no Overlords really out in the map. This is the furthest one out, so a DT can really kind of dominate right now. He is making a couple more cannons. But yeah, the droning right now from Shine is excellent. And he just walks the DT by. Okay, so he actually wants the DT to be a little bit sneaky, and Shine... It doesn't look like Shine was looking at that, so maybe he can get it down here and deal some damage at that third base. Does seem as if Shine missed that. So some additional gateways on the way. This is kind of funny. There's no second gas yet. So this is actually looking like it's maybe going to be like just mass Zealot as like a counter push. Kind of best-esque in the way it's being played. Wow, that was the quickest reaction ever from Shine. Remember, you don't get an audio cue when you get one-shotted by a DT on a drone. So the fact that he grabbed all his drones after one shot is actually very impressive. Does lose 3 drones as more are popping out of eggs, and of course you can kill eggs with the DT before Overlords can hatch. So very strong play there with the DT. I don't know if he'll get this one, though. It's going to be close. Very close. Wow! That's crazy. Yeah, but more Overlords coming up, so the DT will get picked off. That was definitely a very worthwhile DT, I'd say. By the way, the drone count is equal here with the probe count, so that's like kind of insane after a 3-hatch Hydra bust. Stork, though, is making so many Zealots. I guess you are going to need the Lurker upgrade done to have a chance against these incoming Zealots, because... Oh, legs aren't done. I just assumed it was done because the Citadel went up like a really long time ago, but it seems like he did not get that right away. +1 armor also coming up for these Zealots. And he is now mining from that second gas, so might want to go ahead and add a robotics in here. Obviously, High Templars are going to be something that Stork is thinking about as well. The Zealots are going to come out and give him a lot of information. Now, this is a silly amount. This is 15 zealots with +1, and they're about to have legs. Like, before they get their legs will finish. And 15 zealots absolutely kills a similar amount of hydras. Looks like he's splitting them into a couple groups. So we have a group of 10 here and a group of 6 here. So how does that add up to 15, you might ask? Well, it's very complicated, but I don't have time to talk about that because the zealot attack is coming in. And he jumps on top of these hydras right away. Now, he does see the eggs here, and the robo gets started just as he attacks in, so he realizes what's going on. High Templars are being made at home, and he's just trying to get some damage. Great egg wall here from Shine. Just absolutely superb. And, wow, just runs around that egg wall. Lots of damage actually being dealt, but as those lurkers burrow, you do have to pull these back. These eggs are going to be able to hatch up. Ooh, little bit of a mistake here. Like, if he could get these zealots into this line, I think that's definitely better than killing a hatchery. But he does kind of... Well, he better finish this, at least. Like, you have to end up killing this hatchery. You can't play like this and then not kill the hatch. And he is actually going after the drones now as well. So a lot of drone death occurring right now. Stork does take the worker lead here, 45 to 39, but 39 is still really solid. 1 hatchery goes down, but still 5 hatchery production. Drops on the way as well with Lurker Hydra composition. 5 High Templars back here. Dragoons on the way as well as range. Cannon, well, cannons in both mineral lines, in fact, as well as that observatory. So Stork is kind of getting into what he needs, but I'll be honest, I still feel like Shine is winning this game. I think that the Zealot attack had a little bit more potential than what Stork did. I love the runaround against the eggs, but I think he should have gone after drones a little bit harder. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I really feel like minimum you're going to force those drones to drill away, and then you can go back to the hatchery and maybe even kill the bottom hatchery that's more valuable. Either way, a big load up here from Shine. Lots of hydras and lurkers in these overlords getting ready for this drop. And, oh my god, the shuttle actually sees the overlord. That is huge for Stork. That gives him those extra seconds that are just so crucial. But 2 High Templars leaving this area. Let's see if that's going to make a big difference. The hydras and lurkers are going to come in and drop right on top of the Nexus. So he is going for a kill in here. Do we have some Psystorms coming up? Yes, indeed we do. The Psystorms can be very good in this situation. Let's see. Where's those storms? Okay, that is an excellent, excellent storm. Just ridiculously efficient. And we just heard the observer die. So good pick off there from Shine. But overall, I think he dealt with that really well. He really didn't lose too much. As you can see, there was a lurker drop down here, but it got dealt with super, super fast. So we're still at 42 workers, which is really solid on 2 bases. In the meantime, we have this over here, but it seems like it was just pushed away. Oh, no. Loses that shuttle with 2 High Templars and 2 Zealots in it. That is incredibly painful. The Overlords pull out. Looks like maybe another drop getting prepared. I still think Shine's ahead here. Like, Stork did stomp that drop. I think losing that shuttle was really, really painful. But this counterattack has a bit of potential. Even though this is a small army, that's 3 High Templars, so you have 3 Storms, decent Dragoon count, 1/1 upgrades, and a lot of the units for Shine are over here. So he is missing a big, big chunk of his army. Now, this might just do a ton of damage. Oh, is Stork going to turn around? This is very good for Shine, I'd say. The only thing is Shine doesn't have a 4th base. So while we're still playing 2 base versus 3 base, there's some sort of chance here for Stork. But yeah, getting Stork to turn around, anytime that someone's out on the map getting ready to attack and you get them to turn around with a counterattack, it's a good play. It's just like, it's really, really painful to turn around because, look, like he's got a lot of potential in gaining value here. The Templar Archives is actually getting very low. I wouldn't mind seeing him just target that down. I feel like he might be able to kill it if he just right-clicks it with both. But yeah, it does not end up doing that. The Templar Archives will end up living through this. The Lurker tries to get in here and actually gets a really good spine right there. There's actually a little bug where if you kill it at just the right time, or just the wrong time, I guess, the spine deals double damage. And I think that's what Shine was looking for. If he gets that double damage spine, it kills every single probe underneath the spine. Okay, supplies still very close. Stork's army is getting a bit scarier. Shine's army, not really. Not really scarier. He's got a very, very healthy drone count. Obviously, some probes have died here for Stork, so his economy is really not fantastic. It feels to me like this push kind of has to get massive damage. Like this push might have to end the game for Stork to win here, but it seems like it could. He's got a lot more army supply right now. You can see that reflected here. 13 more workers for Shine, but 22 less supply. So that's over 30 more army supply. Chasing these Hydras back. He's doing a very good job zoning everything. Has just enough Zealots here to make it hard for the Hydras to run up and snipe. Stork moving in. You know what? Again, I felt like Shine was winning most of this game, but like this army, I'm not sure if Shine stops this. See, he's trying to target down the observers. It's definitely a big tell about the quality of what he's got behind here. And one observer will be able to get in and detect these lurkers. So he's going to be able to bust the lurkers. And after you bust the primary set of lurkers, it's very, very bad for Zerg. One lurker drop goes down during this time, but more than enough Dragoons here to push everything back. +2 armor even finishes up. He's going to attack into this third base. The lurker does get a few kills up there. I don't think it matters that much. This is actually a very good flank because the Dragoons are spread quite a bit. If he can just whittle this army down, he might still be able to win this game, but Stork seems like he might actually have enough damage here. The Archon getting the mineral line is absolutely gigantic. An 18-kill Archon right there. Huge indeed. And the drones are starting to fall. Shine will end up GGing. That was a crazy aggressive game. Really good job from Stork, just staying completely stable throughout this game. Wow, very, very impressive. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.